Hey guys, welcome back to another vid. Today I'm coming back at you guys with another psych topic about cognitive development, and this is known as the universal grammar theory and similar theories surrounding language. So let's get right into it with the first one, popularized by Noam Chomsky. This is the universal grammar theory, and he pretty much believed that the ability to speak was an innate ability that all people are born with, and that we all kind of go through the same stages, right? You have your phonemes, which are your sounds. You got your cooing, which is just making vowel sounds that babies do. And a little bit later, you got your babbling, which is where they add in consonants to their cooing and start just making noises. And then at 8 months, they kind of stop making noises and they only start making sounds that they're exposed to. They stop it with like kind of nonsense and they kind of focus into where it starts to sound a little bit like English or whatever language that they speak. And then you have your morphemes, which pretty much is just the meaning. At 1 year, baby is going to say their first word, and at 2 years, they're going to start combining words, which is known as telegraphic speech, when they can combine a noun and a verb together, like I eat, I go. They can't really say sentences, but they can start to get the point across. They attach meanings to these sounds that they're hearing. And then, most importantly, you have grammar, which is both syntax, which is your word order, and semantic, which is pretty much just the meaning that different grammars can have. At 3 years, babies are going to be starting to say their simple sentences, and at 5 years, they can start with more complex sentences. And an easy way to remember this whole thing, is Joe Flacco. Now, think about this. This guy has got to be like the most normal person ever. He's not phenomenal like a Tom Brady or a Cam Ward. He's not particularly good. I mean, he has a strong arm, but he's not known to be one of the best to ever do it. But if you kind of think about, Noam Chomsky thought that every baby was born with the innate ability to talk. Every quarterback is born with the innate, or joins the league with the innate ability to win a ring. Joe Flacco might suck, but he has a Super Bowl ring. He still beat Tom Brady and won that 1 year with the Ravens. He might suck real bad on the Browns and the Bengals, but he had the ability to win the ring. If you have a good enough team around you, this goes for Jalen Hurts too. You got a good enough team around you, good enough coaching, good enough um, like things backing you up, it'll allow your innate ability to win the ring, your innate ability to talk, it'll allow it to develop properly. But then you look at the language acquisition device, or the LAD. Now, this thing is pretty much that there's a critical period, 0 to 12 years. And at this period, you have to hear talking. You don't need constant talk for the universal grammar theory to work, but you need to at least hear it, right? If you don't hear language, if you're isolated for the first 12 years of your life, then your brain's going to be all messed up in the language areas and you're not going to be able to learn how to speak. It's going to be a lot harder for you. And think about this like Lamar. I mean, he's good, but his critical period to win a ring is pretty much over. I honestly don't think he can ever win a ring. He went too long without winning one, and now he's kind of a little beat up, and the Ravens are kind of a little sucky. So, I mean, in his same little class, there are a couple teams better than him, and in the future, there are already new up and coming quarterbacks that might not miss this, right? I think Lamar has missed his critical period to win a ring. Then you have kind of an opposing theory. This is actually the opposite theory, B.F. Skinner. What Noam Chomsky thought was nature, was an innate ability, B.F. Skinner said no. talking is through nurture, it's through your environment, right? Think about it. Shador learned to be great because he's the son of Coach Prime. Shador learned to be great because he was tutored by Tom Brady. And in his first NFL start against the Raiders, the one that he won and broke the Browns' drought, he was being coached on the sidelines by Deshaun Watson. Obviously, Shador has only gotten better through his environment. He's learning how to play. He's doing better every week. He's learning how to play quarterback. You know, B.F. Skinner wouldn't say that he has the innate ability to win a ring, but he would say with the right environment and the right teaching, he can win a ring. He can learn how to be the GOAT. And then finally for this topic, we got B. Whorf and his linguistic relativity hypothesis. And he kind of believes in a mix between them, but this hypothesis pretty much just says that language influences your worldview. You know, like for kind of a normal example, Africa has one word for snow, right? So African languages only have one word for it because they barely see it. But then in like the North Pole, they have a ton of different words for it because it's everywhere. And think about it this way. A Browns fan might think that Dylan Gabriel isn't the worst quarterback of all time, right? But that's because we're Browns fans and we have had to watch DTR play before and Joe Flacco throw 4 picks a game, right? So Dylan Gabriel comparatively, I guess, isn't the worst, but if a Patriots fan had to watch him start over Drake May, they'd be pretty upset, right? They would be a lot more upset. So if you really think about it, the language and the environment we have cultivated in Cleveland has made Dylan Gabriel seem a lot better than he really is. Because if he was in any other city, they would probably have drawn and quartered him by now. So, I hope you guys understood. I hope you guys picked up a little bit on what I was trying to put down. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks. Goodbye.